up with it? What's up with it, man? It's the Bronco with the Fro coming at you again with another reaction video. We got the great yet confusing legacy of Kawhi Leonard. And I'll be the first to tell you, man, I think Kawhi Leonard's legacy is a little bit overrated, man. Well, his legacy not overrated, but people is overrating him. He just, in my eyes, he falls into the right place at the right time all the time, bro. In San Antonio, people like, he was finals MVP. Bro, that team had Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, I'm missing somebody. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. Yeah, it had them three Hall of Famers right there, bro. So, like, you can't just sit here and act like that. He ended the Heat by himself, bro. He playing with 3 other Hall of Famers, man. Like, come on now. And with Toronto, the only reason he got that ring, the only reason he got that ring is because the Warriors was hurt. Oh, I ain't trying to hear that, man. So we go see what he do. We go see what he do this year. I don't see it then getting past the Lakers or LeBron, but they play today, so we go see what's up. But yeah, let's react to this video, man. Let's see what's happening.
Kawhi Leonard is obviously one of the best players in the NBA. Honestly, if I were building a team today and you promised me no one would get hurt, he'd be my #1 pick.
Oh, no.
We love him so
no,
much
sir.
because he takes
cap.
both sides of the ball very serious, both on offense and especially on defense.
Luckiest shot in NBA history right there.
Almost mysterious personality makes him even more of a gem. Dude don't even got a social media. I mean, he's just special.
Yeah, he is different.
To no one's surprise, Colin Cowherd said some crazy stuff. He came out and said this.
And I have said, if Kawhi Leonard in 2.5, 3 months is holding up a trophy, is holding up the championship trophy, he's a top 10 player in the league.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap. This is what I'm talking about when people be overrating him. I don't like that, bro. Top 10 in the league, bro. Ever? Top 10 ever, he said? No. Colin Cowherd, you an idiot, bro.
Time.
Now, it was countered by Nick Wright, who's, an infamous LeBron vacuum, who responded with this.
Do you know where Kawhi Leonard ranks in NBA history in points? I'll answer it for you. You don't.
Exactly. Where is he on all-time points, assists, steals, all of that, man? He not up there.
Top 250, Colin. I got 3 names for you. Wesley Matthews, Marvin Williams, and Jeff Teague.
The sample size is too small for Kawhi, bro. Like, come on, he got these years, let him have it. But, like, it's like recency bias. That's all it is. It's recency bias.
3 all-time greats have all scored more points in their career than Kawhi.
I recently put out a poll basically asking everybody who's higher all time, KD or Kawhi.
Definitely
and
KD.
Really, to my surprise, KD was the overwhelming favorite. Now, I understand it, but I thought everybody hated KD. So
it don't matter. It's about being real, bro.
And this brought me directly to this video. How great is Kawhi historically? Where does he rank all time? And what would another championship do for his legacy?
If he wants me to say that, it's kind of personal.
This dude with this weird laugh.
When Kawhi got drafted out of San Diego State, he wasn't drafted to be the Kawhi Leonard we know now. In his pre-draft scouting report, almost by everybody, they basically described an athletic, lengthy defensive monster with very limited offensive capabilities. They really couldn't.
They got 3-point shooting is one of his weaknesses. Inconsistent. Mid-range is his bread and butter now, boy. It's all about getting better, man. These scout things, they don't matter, bro. It's all about how much work you put in.
Development has been so impressive.
They said he over-dribbled.
He doesn't have one aspect offensively that would allow him to consistently score the ball. Now, that's laughable now because we know this man's bag is Michael Jordan-like. Now, Kawhi was drafted into, honestly, like the most perfect position.
Like I told you, he falling into the perfect spot.
Already had their core, so they didn't really expect much from Kawhi. He wasn't drafted to be this savior or this offensive machine. He didn't have many ball handling assignments. He wasn't asked to create plays, and they basically let him thrive at what he was already good at. Playing off the ball with not that many tasks, that really suited Kawhi early, and thanks to his shooting coach, Chip England, he developed a pretty deadly 3-point shot.
So he developed his shot when he got to the NBA because of his shooting coach, because he was in San Antonio. He falling into the right spots, bro.
This is what took his career to a whole new level. Also for San Antonio, they had another deadly weapon to keep defenders honest against their pass-happy, ball-friendly offense, so that helped them out as well. Something I don't even think people realize about Kawhi is exactly how good of a deep shooter he is, especially when it matters most. Look at this man's three-point splits throughout his entire
Bro, when he be shooting threes, it's like
he's barely shot under 40%.
they go in ugly. Like they rarely go in none but net. They be rumbling around the rim and stuff.
And he still shot pretty great. Another massive improvement that people don't really appreciate about Kawhi, when someone brings up a flaw about Kawhi's game, what's the first thing they bring up? Oh, he don't know how to pass. Oh, he barely gets assists. He, et cetera, et cetera. Like, that's what they bring up. And when you really look at it over the past few years,
I never really had the perception of Kawhi that he don't pass.
As I said earlier, early in Kawhi's career, he was put in a very rigid system that never really allowed players to average high assists. I think Tony Parker is a pretty good playmaker. The highest assist he ever averaged was 7. And for his career, he averaged 5. That's just not really how Pop coached. If you put Tony Parker in Mike D'Antoni's system where Steve Nash, James Harden, all these players thrive with assists,
Tony Parker used to be a dog, bro. I hated the Spurs, though. I was a Mavericks fan. I hated the Spurs.
Now, bringing it back to Kawhi, I want y'all to look at this stat that really just shows his improvement. Last year, Kawhi finally broke out that Pop system, so he was the primary source of offense for Toronto. He got all the double teams, all the traps, all the attention, etc., etc. His last full season in San Antonio, he handled the ball 25% of the times on pick and roll possessions. That's basically
he was pretty ball
stuff like that. Last year, with the star point guard averaging 9 assists per game, Kyle Lowry, he handled it 27% of the time. This year, with multiple players who can handle the ball and create offense and all that stuff, it's up to 33%. Now, why am I saying all this? He's never going to be that LeBron quarterback point forward
exactly.
Type of player. Like,
exactly. Kawhi is ball dominant, bro. That's what people don't realize.
Last year, he only handled the ball 19% of times on pick and roll possessions. He was able to work off the ball and get good looks.
Yeah, exactly. Because he played with the Warriors.
Only averaging 27%. So Kawhi is creating offense, and people don't even care about that. I'm not saying Kawhi is a better passer or a better offensive creator or floor general than LeBron, because we all know he's not. But this year, he has a higher usage rate than LeBron. He has the ball in his hands more than LeBron, so he can run a pretty efficient offense. Now, on to the negatives.
I don't even know what usage rates is.
Do you know where Kawhi Leonard ranks in NBA history in points? I'll answer it for you. You don't, because no one does, because the rankings only go through 250, and he ain't in the top 250, Colin.
Talk your stuff.
As Nick Wright just pointed out,
here he go with this
Kawhi's
creepy smile,
is
man.
never going to be measured by numbers. Like,
dude,
ever,
different.
Ever. When you look at most of the top 10, top 20 players on an all-time list, they're typically up there in all-time stats, basically because they play consistently.
Exactly.
Kawhi, I mean, he obviously hasn't, and let's be honest.
Look at he hit that hole, okay.
Basically started the whole management thing for his stars and all that, and the fact that he's a bit injury-prone. It was just a bad blend.
Kawhi is injury
His
prone.
career just wasn't built for total numbers. He only has 9,000 career points in 9 years, and that's nowhere near what you would expect for somebody of his talent. Just for comparisons, if you look at Kemba Walker, who was drafted in the exact same draft class, he has about 35.
That's crazy. I never thought about that. They sure was in the same draft class.
So yeah,
I just never
Kawhi
thought about I just never
his
processed
incredible
when was Kawhi
ability
drafted?
or his incredible consistent production, because that's just not who he was. But even with that, and even with the short resume of Kawhi, I would still rank him as a top 30 player all time just on his on-court effectiveness alone. I look at it like this.
I don't know about top 30, but I just know for a fact he won't be top 10.
When they both retire. Every single one. He's going to demolish Kawhi. Even with that, if Kawhi wins another championship, whose resume is going to be more impressive?
It ain't, bro. I don't care, bro.
Say Kawhi. If you watch the NFL or anything,
Russell Westbrook, I still think Russell Westbrook will be a greater all-time player, though.
He has way better numbers than Joe Montana all time. In fact, Joe Montana's best year didn't even touch.
They brought
last
up my
year's
boy
MVP
Tony
that
Romo.
Jackson. But if you look at it all time, Joe Montana is obviously the greater quarterback because he has 4 rings and he performed when it mattered. That's kind of how Kawhi is. And please,
They brought up my boy Tony Romo. As a Cowboys fan, it hurts.
That
Man.
Kawhi didn't deserve his first Finals MVP because it's so laughably false to me.
Now, I didn't say he didn't deserve it, but I'm saying he had a team. He didn't carry that team. Casuals love to say that he carried that team.
Kawhi had 9 points, and the series was split 1 game apiece. So we get that part. The next 3 games where they dominated Miami, Kawhi averaged 24, 9, 2, and 2 on crazy, and I mean crazy shooting splits. Oh, and he guarded the best player in the world at 22. How did he not deserve Finals MVP?
22,
I never got
dang.
that.
That's
If
just a
he
year
shouldn't
older
have
than me.
won MVP, who the hell should have won it? And last year, the man averaged 30 in the playoffs and put together, to me, one of the best playoff runs in the 2010s. So,
it was a good playoff run, but everything, like I say, everything fell in place.
Russell Westbrook, all NBA teams, MVPs, All-Stars, all that stuff. His is going to be, what the hell did I do the most? And that's really his legacy. I know it's controversial to say this, but to me, if he wins a 3rd title in a 3rd location, mind you, he will be given 2 different locations their first titles. And if he wins this Finals MVP with the Clippers, he's a top 15 player of all time.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
If you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like.
No, he's not gonna be a top 15 player of all time because everything fell into place. Y'all acting like that he took these franchises like they was lottery team. Look, this is what LeBron do. When he leave, the team becomes lottery teams. When LeBron leave, the team become lottery team, and he goes to teams that wasn't good and bring them to the finals. Kawhi, he left the Spurs, joined the Raptors, and that Raptors was already #1 seed before he came. When he left the Raptors, he brought Paul George with him, and the Clippers already made the playoffs before they came. So, hey, I don't want to hear that, man. He even if he wins a ring this year, he's not gonna be top 15. That's all I gotta say. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below. I'm out.